Ladies and gentlemen, the first pre-release for Minecraft's Java Edition 1.15 has been released. Together with this, we have two pieces of news that might be of interest for you. One is a release date, that is the 10th of December. December 10, that is when this update will fully release Minecraft 1.15, with the other big piece of news being the update name. This update will be called the Buzzy Bees update. With that said, my name is Slime and I am here to guide you through all the changes in Minecraft Java Edition 1.15 pre-release 1. We're gonna start with some stability and performance, because this update contains a number of crucial fixes in that area. As commonly is the case, this contains a large number of crash fixes, but it also contains some vital optimization. One of those is an optimization to chunk rendering. This was especially apparent when you flew around quickly in the world or loaded into a world with lots of sections visible. The other optimization in this version I'll mention here is optimized explosions. This was especially apparent if you blew up a whole bunch of TNT at once. Both the server-side and client-side calculations have been optimized, letting you have lots more explosive fun in this version. Let's move on to changes and fixes in the realm of gameplay. Dark Prismarine has had its crafting recipe changed. It now uses black dye instead of ink sacs, just like Bedrock Edition. If you throw scaffolding into a furnace and use it as fuel, the burn time has been changed. It is now 20 seconds, enough to smelt 2 items. There's a problem with leads disappearing, becoming invisible, or otherwise just bugging out. That has been fixed in this version, so you should now be able to see your leads properly again. For the purpose of block placement, leaves were considered solid faces. That meant you could put things on top of them that usually require support. That has been fixed in this version. And in this version also, berry bushes will once again slow down the player. There was another bug in the earlier snapshots for Minecraft 1.15 where if you fell through a cobweb, then you would dramatically speed up once you left that cobweb. That has also been fixed in this version. New advancements for bees were recently added, and one of them, Be Our Guest, had a problem where it only triggered if you held more than one bottle in your hand when picking up honey from the hive. That has also been fixed in this version. A couple of fixes have also been done to falling blocks, like falling sand or anvils. They would glitch through shulkers when the shulker would open or close, and they would also land on top of slabs that didn't have anything below them without breaking. Both of those have been fixed in this version. Let's talk about mob fixes as well. Aquatic mobs that were below the sea level would not move at all in the last snapshot. That is fixed in this pre-release. Pillagers on patrol could spawn in trees, on top of leaves, and on other surfaces where mobs usually don't spawn. That has been fixed in this pre-release. And zombie pigmen spawn eggs can now be used on zombie pigmen to spawn baby zombie pigmen. Bees sometimes left their nests or hives and then immediately re-entered. That has been fixed in this version. And subtitles for mobs sliding down honey blocks no longer show footsteps. Some redstone fixes in this version as well, especially to comparators. There were some bugs where the visual state of a comparator didn't properly represent what the state of the comparator actually was. Those have been fixed in this version. As has become tradition over the last few snapshots, we also have a number of visual fixes in this version. The actual render distance in the game was 2 chunks lower than the render distance setting would imply. That has been changed in this version, and the fog distance has been corrected so that it properly matches up with the rendering distance. Ignited TNT would appear offset by 1 block in the previous snapshot. That has been fixed in this version. Entities would render too dark when they were inside of the ground, or riding a boat or minecart or other entities and clipping a block, or standing on soul sand, or standing on snow layers, or when changing heights. All of those have been fixed in this version, and the same applied to slimes and magma cubes when they landed on the ground. There was an issue where the dragon texture would flicker if you used the Programmer Art resource pack, and the shield pattern textures had now been updated to the new resource pack format as well in the Programmer Art resource pack, so they now work properly. A number of fixes for transparency issues in this version as well. Transparent texture parts of invisible entities were rendered black when looking at them in spectator mode, and block hitboxes and transparent block items were not rendering behind transparent blocks. Finally, sand particles and some other particles did not have gravity anymore, didn't fall downwards. That has been fixed in this version. Some user interface changes and fixes as well. The button highlight and background have been changed to make it easier to distinguish which button is selected and to read the buttons. A couple of fixes for the advancement menu as well, where the rendering order of things were wrong. For technical fixes in this version, the resource pack version has increased. It is now version 5. The game now also has code to make out-of-date resource pack work as well as possible. That means that most of the files in your resource pack will load and get transformed to the new format, but some, like the glint and the conduit animation, will not be loaded at all. So if you want your resource pack to work fully on Minecraft 1.15, go and update that pack. Some other technical fixes: if you use the owner tag of item entities, then that was ignored when the entity had less than 10 seconds left to live before it was despawned, and items could merge despite having different owners. The fill command did not properly create block entities for all blocks under certain conditions, and the play sound command had the wrong feedback message if you had multiple targets. Finally, if you had a slash in the beginning of your command inside of a command block, then the user interface would show an error, but the command was actually still correct and would still work. Those were all the changes for Minecraft Java Edition 1.15 Pre-Release 1. Now, as we are into the pre-releases and a release date is coming up shortly, please do get into this version and try it out. Do remember, however, that pre-releases and snapshots are less stable than full releases and can cause problems. And if you upgrade a world to a snapshot or pre-release, then you can never downgrade that world again. So, if you do try this version, do so on a separate test world or on a backup of your world. If you want to try this version but you don't know how to, then click on the link on the video right now. It'll take you to a tutorial video about how to get and play the latest snapshot or pre-release. And that was all from me for this time. I hope you found this update video useful, and if you did, please help me out in return, leave a like and share it with your friends. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Minecraft news, then please subscribe to my channel, where I do update videos for every new snapshot, pre-release or release of Minecraft. My name is Slime, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care, bye bye.